starting my food prep, and I got these out. 2 partial bags of almond flour. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. I just have 2 partial bags. So I'm like, all right, well, how much do I have? Because I have 2 recipes that are going to take almond flour, which is fathead crust, and the keto biscuits. That's 2 of the things I'm going to be making today. So I'm thinking, all right, do I have enough? How much do I have here? So I had to get out the scale and the calculator right away. And I have just enough left to make 2 batches of the biscuits, which is exactly what I wanted. And, well, I figured out 2 batches of the biscuits and then what would be left. So 2 batches of the biscuits, and I have enough left for 5 fathead crusts. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to put almond flour on my grocery list. Before I move on with anything else, I'm going to go ahead and get bacon started. Get it in the oven and get that going. Then we'll move on with some of this other stuff. But I want to get this done first, just because it takes a little bit of time. And I'm going to be needing the oven for the fathead dough and for the biscuits. So just got to get something going here in the oven. So get this started real quick. After I get this bacon in the oven, I'm going to get the cheese shredded up. I'm not even sure what you can see if I'm being... Oh, you can see it all. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get the cheese shredded up after that. But I'm not going to make you watch me do that, because I've already made you watch me do that enough, haven't I? But I am going to get that cheese shredded up, and we're going to make these fit. There we go. The oven is not preheated just yet, so we got a little bit more time to wait on that. But yeah, I'm going to get the cheese shredded up, and then we'll start getting stuff mixed together for the biscuits and for the fathead crust. Oh, and I just got to tell you, I started this whole thing off by dropping an egg on the floor. I dropped an egg on the floor, told Winston, come get it. I picked up all the pieces of shell first. I'm like, here you go. He came over and started sniffing at it, licked it a couple times, and walked away. It's like, oh, of course. Of course you don't like raw eggs. Why would you like raw eggs? Oh, gosh. So I had to clean that mess up right away. Another thing I'm going to make today is a package of this. This is actually the last package I have. I have to put that on my list, too. This pork sausage, I'm going to just brown it up because we're going to be having chili. And I made chili meat already and have it in the freezer ready to go. I think I did that in my last meal prep. But I didn't put any sausage in it. And I always put sausage in the chili, so oh well. That's all right. I'll just brown some up so that way it's ready. And the reason I'm doing this stuff now is just because it's a day off, and this is going to really help a lot after work, and I don't feel like messing around making dinner, and everybody's starving, and you know, it's just going to make things so much easier. We have our last football game coming up this week, and so we won't have to worry about that necessarily for a while, because let's see, Hayden's in base, and he signed up for basketball, but that's not going to start. The games won't start for a while. So I'm going to get this going, get it cooked. Here's the sausage all cooked up and ready to go. I seasoned it up nice with a nice dose of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, and I don't know if I say that right. I probably don't, but you guys all know what I mean, right? I don't know if anybody knows how to say that, really, except the person that made it. This is the cheese I have left over to top the pizzas with later. I'm only going to have enough for 4 doughs, but that's okay. Enough almond flour after I measured it out, because I didn't account for the weight of the bags. So anyway, I'm going to leave this shredder out because I'm going to be doing some shredding up some cheddar cheese in a little while. But I'm going to get this in a bag. I'm getting things all measured up and ready to go, and I have one of the pans, or one of the rounds of bacon done. Where's my, oh, here it is. I just had one come downstairs. He probably smelled bacon. But let's see. Doesn't look like we have a whole lot of grease on there, but we're saving what we do have. Oops, I gotta move this over a little bit. My cabinet's getting in the way. Now I don't know if you can see it or not, but I think you can. I'm not really sure. We're going to pour this in there and get the rest of the bacon in the oven. Woo! Don't spill that bacon grease. It's the second pan getting drained off. I think we'll end up with a nice amount of bacon fat by the time we're done. I love cooking in bacon fat. Here's all the bacon I've got done so far, and I've got to start getting it put away or else I'm going to start eating it. So I am definitely going to eat a piece anyway, but I don't want to make a pig of myself and eat several pieces, you know. So try to get this in there real nice because this is going to go in the freezer. I really liked having that bacon in the freezer and ready to go. So I don't think it's all going to fit. Well, I know it's not all going to fit in one container, but I think this will be enough for one. Yeah. And I'm going to need some bacon for a dip that I'm making this weekend, and the rest of it's just going to be for whatever. But having it in the freezer ready to go, man, that is really nice. Very nice. That's got 4 pieces in it, but it's about to have 3 because I'm going to eat one. While I'm waiting on that, I've got some fathead dough started, some in the microwave. I did manage to get my hands on some medium cheddar, so I'm going to get that shredded up real quick. And this Gouda that we got at Walmart, we don't really love it. I mean, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it doesn't have a bunch of flavor. I don't know. I guess it's not what we expected. So anyway, I'm going to shred it too. I might as well shred it and use it. And I'll just use it for topping some of these pizzas whenever we make them or something. If I shred it, we'll use it for salads or something. Chase is getting himself some apple juice, and he comes out and he says, "Oh, you already poured me a cup of apple juice?" And I'm like, "You might be in for a surprise, buddy." But he was just kidding. But anyway, that does look quite a bit alike, doesn't it? We're getting there with the fathead dough. I got to microwave that for another 30 seconds. Finish getting it mixed up with the almond flour and the egg, a little garlic powder. Get it all in the pans and get it par baked. I get it mixed up as good as I can with the spoon. Then I go in with my hands. Got my little bowl with some water in it because if you keep your hands wet, it doesn't stick to your hands. So that's what we're going to do there. Black specks, don't worry, they're actually green. My garlic salt, I put a little garlic salt in it too. It has a little bit of parsley in it, so that's all that is. There isn't anything weird in it. So I'm going to poke some holes in this and get it in the oven. Here's my cheeses that I shredded up. I shredded up some finely shredded cheddar and some regular shredded cheddar. The finely shredded is for some of the biscuits they're going to have. I'm going to make Cheddar Bay biscuits out of some of them. So, and this is just going in the fridge for whatever we need it for, salads or, you know, whatever we decide we want some shredded cheese for. Here's the Gouda. I did that with the fine shredder and an extra piece of the cheddar for snacking. All right, we're gonna get everything all mixed together for this batch of biscuits real quick. Whoa, eggshell. And that's a lot of eggs. It takes 8 eggs for the one that I'm doing right now, but this is a double batch, doubled. So this is actually a quadruple batch. According to what's in the cookbook, what's in the cookbook is just the single batch. This is quadrupled. The cookbook is linked below in the description. It is the Southern Keto Cookbook. So if anybody wants to know, this is not my recipe at all, but this is the recipe that I use. All right, here we have the almond flour, baking powder, and salt mixed together. And here we have sour cream, eggs, and melted butter all mixed together. Now we're going to mix all this in with the dry stuff. Now it says to let it sit for 5 minutes, so we're going to do that and then we'll get it baked. While I'm waiting on that 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get this cauliflower ready to go into the Instant Pot because that's going to be for dinner tonight. The rest of the stuff is just food prep for the rest of the week, but this is going to be tonight, so I'm going to get this prepped up. I'm going to put this right into my steamer basket, making sure I don't get any of the little leaves in there. I'm going to cut off the big parts of stem just because they tend to be a little bit bitter. So get all those little leaves out of there. Other than that, it doesn't take long at all for it to cook in the Instant Pot. So we're going to go ahead and leave it in decent sized chunks, I guess. No need to make it tiny, but I do want to get the little leaves out of there. Like this little one. I don't want to eat a leaf in my mashed cauliflower. Is that a stem? Yeah. I am going to go ahead and cut some of these just so that it's easier to get in and out of the Instant Pot because it's kind of a tight fit anyway, so I don't want it tumbling all over the place when I try to get it out. There, that should do it. 5 minutes is up, so I'm going to go ahead and get these all on this tray. I'm only going to do about half of them, and then I'm going to make the rest of them into the Cheddar Bay biscuits. So we'll get these going. All right, we're gonna get this tray in and then we'll just go ahead and make the rest of them into Cheddar Bay. Yeah, these will be plain. These are gonna get stored in the freezer. So maybe I won't make them quite all the way done. That way when I get them out, I can kind of warm them up real quick in the air fryer or the oven. To make this into Cheddar Bay biscuits or Red Lobster biscuits, and I'm gonna tell you what, they do taste very, very close to Red Lobster biscuits. I'm just going to add shredded cheese. Don't know how much. However much was in that bowl. That's how much I'm adding. So there you go. And oregano. Again, don't know how much. Just sprinkling some in. I'm going to get that all mixed together. Probably will end up getting, well, I don't know. I might be able to mix it with this. Now I'm going to get a spoon. I'm not going to try it with that whisk. In order to make these look a little bit more like actual Cheddar Bay biscuits or Red Lobster biscuits, I take another half scoop and stick it on top of what we already have there. It really does make a difference. It makes it look like they were rising and, you know. And then when these come out of the oven, you want to put some melted garlic butter on them. I'd like to be able to just shove the rest of this on here. I might try. Okay. Those two are kind of touching a little bit. That's okay. It'll be fine. Yeah, I think this will work. I'm going to cook these or bake them, I should say, just a little bit longer than the other ones. I put the other ones in for about 9 minutes. It calls for 10 to 12 minutes, but we'll see how done they are. Like I said, I don't want them to be like 100% done for the ones that are in the oven now. But these I do want to be done, so I'll get back with you. And while we're waiting on that, I try not to let any time get wasted here. We're going to take this partial rutabaga and we're going to slice it into small cubes because I'm going to use this for something coming up. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. We'll just leave it to be a surprise. Cut a little bit of that edge off. It looks kind of funny. I don't think I could have fit another piece in there. Okay, so 9 minutes, and they hold up good enough to put in the freezer. So we'll let those cool a little bit and get them ready for the freezer. And these are going to go in for, set a timer for 11 minutes.
Second timer, 11 minutes, starting now.
Okay. We're going to get these other biscuits into a container for the freezer. I lined it with some plastic wrap. We're going to reuse the parchment paper that it was baked on. I have one layer of them in there. I'm going to put this parchment down, and we're going to get the other layer in. And that's all of them, but we're going to put a piece on top, and we're going to cover it with plastic wrap like this. And seal it up for the freezer. And my lids always look like they're dirty. Well, first of all, this is really, really old. This, I'm not positive, but I think this used to be my mom's. And somehow I ended up with it. I remember it from like childhood, so it's Tupperware. But, I mean, actual Tupperware. But I write on the lids, so sometimes it doesn't all come off. So it ends up looking like it's got like dirty fingerprints on it or something, but it doesn't. But it is discolored, I'll give you that. Probably because it's been washed in the dishwasher, I don't know. I don't generally wash them in the dishwasher, but anyway, that's beside the point. I'm going to put this one in the freezer. I'll label it and get it in the freezer. And just a frugal tip, if you don't want to waste your parchment paper, you can use it again. You can save this and use it again. I might just do that. I used to do that all the time, but lately I've been throwing it out just out of convenience. So anyway, gotta save wherever we can, right? I'm gonna get these wrapped up. I do saran wrap first, or plastic wrap, Kirkland Stretch Right, plastic food wrap to be exact. Then I do foil. So I'm gonna do that real quick. My timer just went off to go pick up Hayden, the timer on my phone. I got all kinds of timers set, but it's not even time. I must have set it wrong because I don't even have to pick him up for another half an hour. So anyway. Oh, that's right. I was right. Oh, see? You see why I set timers? I was right. He gets out a little early tonight because he was at practice. But tonight they had Feed the Team. That's something they do for the high school and the junior high. He's in junior high. The junior high got to do it this year for the last week of football. And tomorrow's the last game. So they got to do Feed the Team. That's something I always liked doing when Brendan was in school, Feed the Team. And make like a big batch of something for the football team. They always wanted me to make sloppy joes. So I made huge batches of sloppy joes. I have a video on that somewhere. Somewhere I have a Feed the Team video. And Alexa, stop. Ooh, this pan is hot. It was sitting by the oven vent. Hopefully that doesn't like melt the plastic to it or something. Anyway. I got it. Ooh, that is really hot right there. Here's the Cheddar Bay biscuits, keto style. And yeah, they seem like they're done. I usually just kind of push down on the tops, and you can tell if they're still too soft in the middle by doing that, but they really did stick together, but that's fine. It won't be a big deal. We'll just cut them apart with a knife or whatever. They might just pull apart. Oh yeah. They'll just pull apart. Not a problem. I am going to let them cool down a little bit first. I'm going to go get Hayden real quick and I'll be back. Let's take a look at what we have here so far. This is pretty much all the food prep. The only other thing I'm going to do is make dinner. So this is all the Cheddar Bay biscuits. In here are the keto biscuits. There's 18 of them in there with the date on it. I used duct tape because I'm all out of masking tape. I know I used that the last time my granddaughter was here. We were doing some kind of craft. I don't know. But my masking tape's gone. I need to get some more. Instead of writing it on it with the marker directly on the lid, I'll go ahead and do the tape. And I put it, like, folded it on the ends so I could get it off easy. Here's my bacon grease. Not too bad. 4 fathead pizza crusts. We've got the shredded cheddar, shredded Gouda, the cooked sausage for the chili, and the cubed up rutabaga, and 2 containers of bacon. One of them's for the freezer. I might put both of them in the freezer. Probably will. Normally you would hit these with some garlic butter straight out of the oven, but since I had to go get Hayden, I didn't do that. I'm gonna melt some butter. I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic powder in it. Decent amount, and some garlic salt. Give it a hint of salt. Get this melted and we'll spread it on. Here we go. Actually, we're gonna brush it on. Not spread it on, we're gonna brush it on. But sometimes I use a spoon. I might do that again. And then go in with the brush. I have so much crammed into my dishwasher right now. My dishwasher's saying, "Come on, lady, that's enough." I gotta go run my dishwasher. All right, I'm gonna get this cauliflower mashed. I've got everything else over here cooking. If you can you see my shirt? Yeah, you can see my shirt. I have different clothes on because I have showered. So, yeah, I took a pause to go lift and got my shower in. So that is why I'm wearing the Grinch shirt. I'm wearing John's shirt. Oh gosh. I'm gonna put this in here. This is cream cheese. Cauliflower is not warm anymore, so no, it's not, but oh well, we're doing it anyway. So there you go. Got butter, some onion powder, and some garlic salt. Like I said, it's not warm anymore, so we'll see how this works out.
You forgot to put an onion in it.
An onion? No, I don't want an onion. Thanks anyway. All right, we're gonna see how this looks. Yeah, I think it worked all right. We'll just warm it up
Could go
now.
a little longer.
Huh?
Could go a little longer.
Maybe.
Put some water in it.
You could be right, Chase.
Oh yeah, throw some water in there.
No, I'm not putting water in it. Do you even know what it is?
No,
It's mashed cauliflower.
I was gonna guess that. Looks disgusting.
It looks disgusting. Okay, I think it's fine. Yeah. We'll just put that in a bowl and call it good. I'm pretty sure I used just about all of my gadgets today. Food processor, Instant Pot. I didn't use the crock pot today, so there's that. What else did I use? My chopper, my slicer. Yep. Here's the star of the show in the oven. We've got the Salisbury steak with mushrooms and one without because the boys did not like it with the mushrooms in it. So I didn't do any onions or peppers this time. This is just how it's going to be this time. And I think it looks wonderful. And over here we have the mashed potatoes and the mashed cauliflower keto biscuits. I do want to taste this mashed cauliflower though. It looks so much like the mashed potatoes. I just want to try it. So, put a little butter on it. This really does look like mashed potatoes. Do you want to try it, Chase?
No.
He hates cauliflower. Okay. That is the perfect mashed potato texture. Does it taste exactly like mashed potatoes? No, it tastes like mashed cauliflower. But I love cauliflower, so I think it's wonderful. I love it. The biscuits, the Red Lobster biscuits, the Cheddar Bay biscuits. You want to try this, Chase? The biscuit?
No.
These, yeah. Here we go. I'll give you a shot of my plate real quick too. Salisbury steak, mashed cauliflower, and a keto biscuit.
You can do that for a restaurant, you know that?
I have things put back together right now. And I got everything done today. The bacon, sausage, mozzarella, the cheddar, finely shredded cheddar. Both kinds of biscuits, the fathead crust, cubed rutabaga, and I made the dinner I planned on making. So, food prep's done. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. All right. Normally you would hit these. Oh, I said all right.